there isn't a whole lot of hitting you can do inside a gym, and I don't really want to do a whole lot of hitting with 35 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. So you got to be real careful. A lot of this we're just going to play by feel. But you should have all the kids. If you got a gym and you have 30 kids, we should be able to swing the bats and swing them dry. Not necessarily hitting anything, but working on our stance, working on our stride, working on our follow-through, okay? For safety reasons, have the kids grip the bat by the barrel. When you got 30 kids in a room and they're all gripping it by the handle, one of them's going to swing it, okay? So if you just say, grip the barrel of the bat, it's not as tempting for a kid to, it's no fun now, okay? So my rule of thumb always when I do clinics is grip the barrel. So they're gripping the barrel, no one's going to get hurt. After you tell them, please don't swing the bats. Okay, obviously, but if you have them grip the barrel, they're not going to swing it. And if they hit someone by accident, if they do swing it, it's not going to hurt as much if you get hit with the handle of the bat. Okay, it's a lot lighter. Okay? Now, what you can teach the kids indoors is stance. Hitting's about balance. Pitching's about throwing that balance off. It's real simple. Okay? If you don't start in a balanced position, you're not going to end in a balanced position. So you really want to stretch the right stance. And it's a similar position that you guys have already seen. Athletic position. Feet wide, knees bent, hip sockets back, nice and balanced. Just like this. Okay? Now, come on up here. One of you guys. Try to knock me off. Okay? Not bad. Now, if I just make, come back. If I make a little move, I went from here to here. Now push the same amount of force. That's it. Just moving 1/4 of an inch up and on my heels made that big of a difference. Every person's balance point is different. That's good. Thanks, man. You want to make sure, again, do that test with all your kids. Have them find their balance point. Okay? I like the feet wide. I'll get in that in a minute. I'm kind of a no-stride hitter. That's what I teach. The more you move in the batting, when you're hitting, the more you can mess up. The less you move, the less you can mess up. Keep it simple. Okay? You have guys, and again, I was plagued by this in high school, and you got a lot of kids that want to do this. They like to do all this, and they like that move. And that was my high school move. I used to like to stand open here and, take a look. It looked pretty. It looked cool. I had my hands up here and get that big leg kick. I liked Kirby Puckett growing up, so I wanted to be Kirby Puckett. He lifted his foot up like this. When I got to college, I was in deep trouble because the ball was a lot faster, the curveballs were a lot sharper, the pitchers were a lot better, and I couldn't get my foot down in time. I would stride out because I was nervous for the first time ever playing baseball when I got to college, and I would get out here on my front foot. Okay? You're going to solve a lot of problems with your young hitters by just eliminating the stride altogether. You watch a lot of hitters now at the major league level, college level, our high school levels. Not a whole lot of them are striding anymore. Feet wide, front foot up, front foot down. That's it. Up, down, same spot. No stride. Less movement, less I mess up. Keep it simple. Don't complicate it. Okay? So I'm balanced, hip sockets back, fingers out. You want to grip the bat in the fingers. Fingers go in the same direction. What kids will want to do is they get a real strong grip with their right hand, and they grip it in the palm with their right hand, and as I grip it in the palm of my right hand, what happens to my right elbow? It creeps up. and this is the worst thing a hitter can do. This is the worst hitting advice ever given, is back elbow up. And we talked about this last year. I'm just going to be candid. We talked about it last year in our coaching clinics, and I still went out to Oz Park, and I heard coaches yelling back elbow up. Okay? It can't happen. The elbow need to be down, triangle. Notice I get a nice triangle with my elbows. Okay? All I have to do, if you see a kid like this with back elbow up, all you want to do is take the right hand, say, stick your fingers out. They're going in opposite directions, right? Take the right hand. Now, hands working together. Hands not working together. Hands working together. As my hands are working together, notice what happens to my right elbow. What happens? It's nice and loose now. Remember Joe Morgan? He used to do that little chicken wing, teaching himself to keep his elbow down at contact. Every hitter, elbow, is here right before contact point. It's here. I always get the question, why do Major League guys start here? You know the answer is? They're 6'3", 200 pounds. They can take the bat from here and drop it back in here and loop it back inside because they're so strong without dropping their hands. They can get here, there, really fast. And what that does for a Major League hitter is it creates more arc, more bat arc,
if you watch
more power.
If you watch David Ortiz, he's way up there, and he's got his elbow way up. So does Manny Ramirez. But they just drop the head right on the ball. And then they use their back hip to elevate the ball. You never try to elevate the ball with the bat. You try to keep the ball, the bat on the same plane, a level plane through the ball, okay? You start messing around with plane differential, and that's why the elbow should never be up, because the first thing that happens when a kid the first thing he does is drop it anyway. So why not start there? Okay? And there's reasons why you should have it. First of all, you go outside the ball. Second of all, you go through the ball the wrong way. It's not a straight plane. You're going to have swing and miss, pop up, roll out. Okay? So, third of all, you become arm swingers. Look what he said. Can you line up your fingers? No. So what's your first? If you can't do what you're supposed to be right, you have to try to get in position. Meanwhile, you're going around the baseball. And I know that we always preach, stay inside the baseball. Stay inside the baseball. Okay, you can't do it when you have this because you got to drop, you got to go around, you got to rush instead of getting the ball out here like this. Everything breaks down. So, and I've heard this in the suburbs too. Keep your elbow up, keep your elbow up, keep your elbow up. And I, as a hitter, if I was a 9 or 10-year-old and I've been listening to clinics, I would yell back to people in the stands or the coaches, why? Have you done your research on this? Because it's wrong. It's like pushing off the rubber. That's wrong. So don't teach kids the wrong things, and this is wrong. This is a hand skill. This is a hand skill. You don't see any muscles here. It's not bat strength, is it? It's bat speed. If it was bat strength, you'd have all weightlifters playing baseball.
So, we're in our nice stance. We're relaxed, elbow down. And all you want to do in spring training is teach balance. Teach stance, balance. BP, balance, pivot. Load, rock back, and stride. Just this, quick move. When my front foot hits, that's my anchor. Notice that my head is staying where? Center of my body. Okay, if I stride out like this, no good. So all you want the kids to do, I'm going to keep it real simple, is here. Okay, go ahead. My weight's back, hands back, and from here, all I'm going to do is pivot my hips out. So it's balance, pivot.
One of the biggest problems with young players is their upper body goes with their stride. So just, you can tell by this, a coaching point. If you feel it, I didn't feel anything when everything's back. You're going to have, everything's going to be behind the baseball when you swing. Now, if I feel it, go ahead. Hands go with it, upper bodies go with it. You're all used up, no power. Head moves. When your head moves, you know, you're supposed to keep both eyes on the ball. Your eyes move too much, you won't hit the ball. The kid won't hit the ball. So you could do like this, you know. And if he starts coming forward, I'll just push him back. Go ahead. Come forward. Okay? Stay back. Stay back. Okay? And that's the meaning. Lower body goes first. Lower body goes first. Same thing with pitching. Okay? Pitching and hitting are the same.
That's one drill I would do during spring training. Just have them work on stance, stride, stay back. That's first drill. Second drill is you can get them to swing the whole way, depending upon how many kids we got there, but you can get them to swing and hold their finish. Now, notice as I swing a couple things. Head still in the center of the body. Hips have rotated through. I'm balanced here. I got good extension there. My head is there, not over here. If you can't do a dry swing and hold your finish and hold it for 30 seconds, then you're not going to be a successful hitter. That's what spring training is going to do for our hitters. We don't need to take batting practice. And I'm not going to get started on batting practice. That's a whole other coaching clinic, because I think it's the worst thing you could do for your kids.
And
just work on
mechanics.
mechanics.
In a high school situation, the same thing he's doing here. And we teach our kids to not rotate until you make contact. So, as Hawk Harrelson says, good hitters will get jammed sometimes. And that's the reason. He doesn't rotate. You're here. I haven't rotated until I make contact, and then the right side blasts. Okay? It replaces the left side. Okay? But you're so quiet looking. I haven't rotated anything. Okay? I still haven't rotated, but I'm in an athletic position. Contact. Now, everything, you're on the ball. Guys that rotate early, front hip goes, front shoulder goes, eyes go, swing and miss, tap out. Okay? So we try to make contact. We try to rotate when we make contact. Okay? Really important. And again, quiet eyes, quiet head. That'll make it. Everything is consistent.
Again, spring training, just work on their stance, work on their stride, work on their balance. That's all you can do for hitting, and that's all you're going to want to do for hitting. And it's really valuable. You do it now, you do it indoors, perfect. Now, you could also do bunting drill.
Too technical.
I'm sorry, go ahead. The question is, where's my weight? On my back foot or centered? I like to stride to balance. Okay, stride to 50-50. Okay, and as I continue to drive through, I'm still 50-50. Okay, now.
You want to be real technical? Weight on the inside of your both feet. Inside. So that makes it 50-50. Weight on the inside of your left and inside of your right. Therefore, there's a lot of kids like this. Okay? Or one like this and like that. So keep your weight, and that'll balance you out.
You can get away with 60-40 and then drive to 50-50.